Okay, so continuing my theme of what can improve in 2024 from the video that I made yesterday, today I want to talk about Team Go Rocket battles. I think this is one of the most underrated aspects of Pokemon Go, and it's something I would like to see Niantic do more of in 2024. When it comes to Team Go Rocket, there's a lot of cool things that they could do, and I really hope they continue to explore those possibilities. Alright, so with that said, let's get right into it. Alright, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. So I'm really excited to talk about this topic, specifically because I really do think this is one of the most fun aspects of Pokemon Go that often gets overlooked. What am I talking about? Well, Team Go Rocket battles that involves defeating Grunts, Giovanni, and the team leaders is some of the most rewarding content in Pokemon Go right now. The unfortunate thing is that not a lot of players will pay attention to it, mainly because they can be very tedious and very difficult, and some players see it as a bit of a chore. I think this is where Niantic could make some positive changes to this game. If they were to make Team Go Rocket battles a lot more exciting and a lot more enjoyable and a lot more worth it, I think more players will be engaged with it, and it could be a great form of endgame content for Pokemon Go. So as of right now, there are two motivating factors for why players engage with Team Go Rocket battles. First, there's those shiny shadow Pokemon. These are Pokemon you could only get from defeating Team Go Rocket leader battles and occasionally some grunt battles as well, but they are extremely rare, they are highly coveted, and they are a great way to show off your collection if you were to obtain them. I myself have a couple of shiny shadows that I've been holding on to near and dear, and I think this is one aspect of Pokemon Go that I think Niantic could reinforce. Just imagine if they were to do some sort of one-day special event where you can have an increased chance at getting shiny shadows from Team Go Rocket battles. Just imagine it being as kind of like an alternative form of Community Day, and I think a lot of players will actually be really excited about that. I think it would be really interesting if they were to have those sort of one-day Team Go Rocket takeover events that would be occasionally in Pokemon Go. Kind of like what they have with the Go Battle League with Go Battle Day and with Community Days. Why not have something involving Team Rocket? Typically right now what we will have is a Team Go Rocket takeover event once per season, and it's kind of like a way for you to just remove frustration off of your shadow Pokemon and collect a bunch of grunt battles. And I really feel like they could do more than that. If they were to have one special one-day event every other month, I think that would be really cool. It's kind of reminiscent of that one Pokemon Go Fest that we had where there was a full day of just a lot of Team Go Rocket activity. Now, another thing I would like for them to do is add a lot of quality of life improvements that would encourage players to do more Team Go Rocket battles. Now, another aspect of Team Go Rocket battles that motivates a lot of players to do them is, of course, 12-kilometer eggs. Now, the current iteration of 12-kilometer eggs is not as rewarding for the amount of work that goes into getting them and hatching them. I really think there's one thing Niantic could do to get players more involved with 12-kilometer egg hatching, and that is to include legendaries into the egg pool. I think if you were to make them super rare and they were something you could possibly get within 12-kilometer eggs, that would make them a lot more enjoyable and a lot more rewarding. It's all about those surprise pops that you occasionally get in Pokemon Go. And if they were to have something like that within 12-kilometer eggs, aside from just shiny Pokemon, I think that would be a great thing. And then finally, I think one of the big improvements that I would like to see to Team Go Rocket battles is with Giovanni. I really think it's ridiculous that you do not get anything out of battling a Giovanni outside of just legendary shadow Pokemon. Yes, legendary shadow Pokemon have the potential to be extremely powerful for Pokemon Go's gameplay, but I still think it's ridiculous that you do not get any 12-kilometer eggs, you do not get any Rocket Radars for Team Go Rocket leader battles. You really do not get anything aside from this Shadow Legendary, and possibly even completing some special research stories as well. I really feel like there should be more with Giovanni. It would be really cool if you could defeat Giovanni for a lot of very special and very specific items. They are some of the toughest encounters in Pokemon Go right now. Why not have a couple of premium items as rewards for completing those super difficult challenges? These are some of the things that I wish Niantic thought about when it comes to the design of Giovanni, because there's just a lot of potential that's not being met. Alright, now I want to close this video off by suggesting that Niantic should add more synergy between Team Go Rocket battles as well as Shadow Raids. This is an idea that I thought about the other day. You remember Jesse and James? What if they were to somehow help you with Shadow Raids if you defeat them enough times? I don't know, there's a lot of interesting and fun and creative things that Niantic could do, but they just haven't really been doing those sort of things, and I really do think there's a lot of potential here for some interesting gameplay. It's just really going to be up to Niantic to execute on those ideas. My god, speaking of which, they need to bring back Jesse and James. When they were a part of Pokemon Go, it was really popular within the Pokemon Go community. On top of getting 2 mysterious fragments, you can get 2 encounters with Shadow Pokemon, and they had the potential to be shiny. They were some of the most exciting things about Team Go Rocket battles back in the day, and Niantic has foregone just bringing them back. I think that was a huge mistake because they definitely injected a lot of excitement into Pokemon Go. And why not bring them back on the regular? I think that would be very healthy for the game as a whole. So yeah, these are just my thoughts and opinions regarding Team Go Rocket battles. I think this is one of the most underrated aspects of Pokemon Go. And I really think Niantic could do a lot more with them. Like when it comes to grunt battles, leader battles, Giovanni, shadow raids, there's just so much they could do with Team Go Rocket. And I really do think that in 2024, if they were to inject a lot more Team Go Rocket activity into Pokemon Go, it could make the game a lot better and a lot more exciting. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I would love to know your thoughts regarding Team Go Rocket down below. What is one aspect of Team Go Rocket battles that you really enjoy? Definitely share those thoughts and let's have a great discussion. And thank you so much for making it to this point in the video. If you ended up enjoying it and found it to be informative and insightful, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And also don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. Now I want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, big or small, then make sure you go and check out the links in the description below. For all my patrons, they get a permanent spot on my in-game friends list. So if you want to interact with me in some way within Pokemon Go, like with remote raids or the friendship system, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. Also, if you want to support my channel in a non-monetary way, you could do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula, and I'm on these following platforms right here. Alright, and that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.